I'd like to start off today by thanking each and every one of you for taking the time out of your busy day to hear me out as to why I think I'm the ideal candidate for the head coach at CGA Gymnastics. I graduated from Western Carolina University in 2022 with a degree in athletic training, and I'm very passionate about the sport of gymnastics. Now, for the position of head coach of a gymnastics place in any facility, I believe there are three important qualities that a person must hold in order to be able to do that job appropriately and make sure everyone underneath them, everyone under their supervision is taken care of and working properly. And those three qualities, I think, are drive, experience, and discipline. So the first one I'd like to talk about is drive. Drive is extremely important in no matter what it is you do in life. Whether you're studying for a test, whether you're doing a sport or you're at a competition, if you don't have that drive to do it, it's not going to get done and it's not going to have 100% unless you do that drive. It has to have drive and you have to give everything you do 110% if you want it to be the best it can. Now, as a student athlete myself and a coach as myself, I have a lot of experience knowing what it's like to have that drive. I've been an extremely driven individual from as far back as I can remember. Drive is just something that's always been there for me. I've always, no matter what challenge, no matter what task it is I'm doing, I have that drive. It's like I have to do it, I have to get it done, it has to be perfect. And I think as a head coach of a gymnastics facility, you really have to have that drive to keep the facility running, to keep your employers and everybody around you happy. The second thing I would like to talk about is experience. I don't think it really matters what it is you're doing or interviewing for. You need to have experience in that area. And it just so happens that I have my whole life's worth of experience in gymnastics. I've been doing the sport from literally the day I could walk all the way up until now. I trained in gymnastics 6 days a week. 5 hours a day. We didn't take breaks. I was there on my birthday. I was there on Christmas. I was there every day of the week, just about. It was pretty much my second home. And so, therefore, I know what it's like to be an athlete in the gym for long hours at a time. And I know that these athletes need support. They need encouragement when they're training and when the day seems long and when it seems like things are just not going the right way. They need that person that's going to pick them up and tell them that you are doing great. You just got to keep going, keep pushing. So yeah, I also have experience as an athletic coach as well. Not only have I worked as an athlete in the gym, but I've also coached at many facilities, which I completely love and I want to spend the rest of my life doing. Coaching is a huge passion of mine. I love being able to see these young athletes have these huge dreams and then they come true. It's the most gratifying feeling in the world to see somebody else's dreams come true right before your eyes. The last thing I would like to talk about is discipline. Discipline, I think, is extremely important when it comes to anything you do, but especially if you're going to be the head coach of a place or the head or manager or boss of anything really, you have to have that discipline in order for things to run smoothly. And discipline ranges from things as simple as getting out of bed at time in the morning, making sure you open all the doors to the gym, making sure you turn off all the electricity at night in the gym, just little things like that. Somebody has to have the discipline to remember and to do, because if they don't get done, things are just going to be chaos and go downhill from there. Another area where I think discipline is very important is staying driven and staying positive with the athletes. It's really easy sometimes when we get tired and we get frustrated at work, when we just want to go home and just say, okay, we'll talk about tomorrow, whatever. But in the sport of gymnastics, or any sport really, you can't just say, oh, we'll talk about it tomorrow. You have to be disciplined and ready to stay there and ready to give it your all. You have to commit yourself to it 100% of the time, which I've always done my entire life. No matter if it's school or a sport, I've always put myself in there 110%. I've stayed disciplined. Even nights when I would get home from gymnastics at 10 o'clock at night and I still had 2 hours worth of homework to do, I knew I had to do my homework. I had to stay on my schedule, because if I got behind, it was just going to throw everything else in my life off. So discipline is extremely important. I think it's extremely important to teach these young athletes how to stay disciplined. Growing up in the gym, having to balance family, school life, gymnastics, friends, having to balance all that at a young age has really, really taught me how to grow up and how to be a disciplined adult, which is very, very vital to have as an adult. So yeah, I want to thank you all for hearing me out once again, and thank you.